He's just trying to make a joke.
Game dude, making a joke. Ha 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 ha. Oh, won't that be the day?
Whether you think it's funny or not is a matter of opinion.
Would you really find Game Dude funny?
But it's so obvious that it was not supposed to be taken seriously. Did you even read his video description? Or did you just ignore it?
Now, the worst of them all is Elise. This half-white, half-orange slut shares a romantic relationship with Sonic.
How is she a frickin' slut? Go in depth on why Elise is a frickin' slut. I do not see a slut in Elise. All she is just a damsel in distress. How can she be a slut?
Just chaos black! Sorry.
I can't watch this. I'm afraid this nightmare is going to lead to animated hentai bestiality or something.
Sorry, I'm going for two! Chaos black!
I gotta ask you this. Why? Why are you using a nostalgia critic joke twice in a row? Was it really that necessary?
Well, I'll give you an answer. When the Nostalgia Critic actually uploaded that episode of his, that joke was executed twice in a row. So yeah, that joke being executed twice in a row sort of makes sense since the Nostalgia Critic did upload it twice in a row as well.
I know you're trying to be funny and all, but there are other jokes you can make besides ones from the Nostalgia Critic.
Okay, I'm going to sum this up really quickly. This game does not promote bestiality because bestiality means sexual intercourse between a human and an animal. In other words, a human and an animal having sex. We do not see that anywhere in the game because if it happened in the game would have been rated adults only, not everyone 10 and up. Get that through everyone's fucking skulls, including you, Spax 3.
My goodness, those are the things that upset me.
Like the nerd always said, what were they thinking? I hope Amy beats the shit out of this fucking bitch.
I beg to differ. She only appears in one frickin' game. That's it. That's all Sega was targeting. One game for Elise to appear.
This guy is unfucking believable.
And Spoonie did make other videos besides the Let's Play of the Ripper. This one clip is getting annoying really fast.
Just like how you keep enforcing that the game dude is just doing nitpick raps that shouldn't be taken seriously, that isn't totally getting annoying. Okay. So that concludes part 2. Wait a minute. Part 3. Yes! You know what that means? Yes! We're halfway there!
Wow, Meta, that was so pointless that I could not believe it.
Needs to go back to Final Fantasy where she came from.
If you have time to worry, then run.
The missions aren't retarded, they're vegetables.
Ugh, seriously, Rujetsu, Supersonic 407, you heard that joke, right? You know how bad it was. Why didn't you commentate over it?
How does that make any possible sense? Oh, they're not retarded, they're vegetables. I do not see any logical sense in that.
In this one, all you have to do is keep talking to the first person you see, and that's it. Nothing else.
Okay, that's maybe a point there. I mean, then again, town missions can be a little bit repetitive. I mean, take a look at Spider-Man 2.
That was incredible!
Yeah, an incredible piece of shit! Now, why is there a store in a Sonic game, and why does it sell only one of one item that only benefits me?
Okay, the reason why there's a store in the game is to buy upgrades and make use of the rings in the town. Also, other items can be available in the store once you get through a certain point of the game.
It's not like anyone else is gonna buy the light chip. What is Tails doing?
I don't know, maybe just another pointless moment.
Look, even the soccer ball sinks without a splash. What a fucking circus.
I am.
Are everywhere, and you can actually beat a few levels from the classics before the end. Look at the random instructions that should only exist in the manual. They're simplified to the point, or they don't make any sense.
Okay, seriously. You only played the final part of the level. If you were trying to prove that you could beat the level faster than the loading screens, then you should have played the entire level and shown that.
The graphics are realistically ugly when they should be stunningly cartoonish.
Okay, this game was released for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. Of course the graphics are going to be realistic, and I don't find the graphics too bad. If you want cartoon graphics, play on the Wii.
I know the Wii has a lot of cartoony-looking games, but there are realistic-looking games for it too. The Conduit, the Cabela Hunting series, I saw a Call of Duty game for it, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, the latest Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles game. Not to mention, there are cartoony-looking games on the PlayStation 3 and the 360. The Sega All-Stars games.
Wait, the Sega All-Stars game are cartoony? That's odd, it looks kinda realistic.
Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Huh?
The newer Crash Bandicoot and the Spyro games.
What?
Viva Pinata.
Bujetsu, have you even seen any of these games? They're not cartoony. They have realistic-like graphics.
The point I'm trying to make is, don't expect a specific system to have only a specific style of games.
Specific type of games? Don't you mean specific type of graphics, since that was Chief Shadow's original argument? Also, that's a stereotype for each console. The PS3 and Xbox 360 have a stereotype for having glossy, edgy, realistic graphics. The Wii pretty much has a stereotype for being known as cartoony. I think that was kind of the reason why he assumed that, because it is a stereotype.
True, but what Rossetto is trying to say is that not all Wii games have cartoon graphics, and not all PS3 and Xbox 360 games have realistic graphics.
Okay, mate, it's time for a lesson in hard drives. And by hard drives, I mean graphic drives. I wasn't trying to be funny if you were thinking it. Anyways, when it comes to graphic drives, certain graphic drives on each console can handle each game in a different way. For example, the Nintendo Wii. If you try to put a realistic game on it, it will nerf it down so that it can become cartoony. The PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. If you put a cartoony game in it, bada bing, bada boom, it will edge it so that it will be realistic. Either way, if a cartoony game is trying to make itself cartoony on a console like that, it will become realistic no matter what. I've seen all sorts of games on the PS3, even ones that have tried to become cartoony, like Little Big Planet, and no matter what, they're always ended out realistic. I can say the exact same thing on the Nintendo Wii and its cartoony graphics.
It may not be true, but it is a stereotype. And be ready, folks, because after this next point, they're gonna blow it so out of proportion that the tires of the car will go 2 cities from the destruction site. You'll see what I mean in a minute.
Again, do your research before you make such a statement.
The level design is bad. Almost nothing is reminiscent of the classics.
I actually find the level design to be rather good. I may have not played it, but it looks good.
Whoa, 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 whoa! What did he just say?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have an internet meme!
I may have not played it, but it looks good.
There's an annotation that he added which states, and I quote, "I may not have played this, but I do know a lot about it." Do you even know what you just done, Chief Shadow? You just ruined the entire point of making your video.
Well, no wonder you kept getting on his ass for no reason when he's talking about gameplay issues.
I beg your pardon.
You haven't been able to properly refute him because you have no clue what he's talking about. You can only judge a game so far without playing it. And yet you're trying to talk back to him about everything in that game.
I beg your crap.
You're just using this commentary as an excuse to insult Mario fanboy, but with this new little tidbit, you don't even realize you cemented yourself as a fanboy.
I beg your bullshit.
Somebody makes a video review about a Sonic game, nerd style, and what do? You get all defensive. It's Michael Dragon 800 all over again.
Ow. Okay. Where do I start? Number 1. I said this already. If he can form an opinion and get his information, and he hasn't played the game, but he does know his information enough to understand about the glitches and shit, that's perfectly fine.
And I said this already too. You need to experience a game yourself before you can form an opinion. You are right that he has every right to make the video even when he hasn't played the game. Heck, I'm doing this video and I haven't played it. But I think that's where Roshetto and Supersonic407 are coming from.
I'm trying to keep myself from screaming. If I was to scream, that insult mark would have reached 10 by now. Alright. 2. How the hell is this an excuse to insult somebody when the game dude's points were completely flawed in every conceivable way? And no, do not give me that excuse. Oh, this is a parody. That is not a parody. That is just shit. Playing that right, shit. No, I gotta get back on topic. Okay. What do you think people like Roy Havenstone are for? They make parodies. They know what a parody is.
Roshetto and Supersonic407 never said that it was a parody. They said it wasn't supposed to be taken seriously. Get the difference?
Game Dude is making a lie. It's Melee Master 01 all over again when she parodied Brawl Master. Do not give me that bullshit. Oh my god, okay, I haven't even gone on this. 2, how the flip do you know that? He could have made the review because the review, I don't know, sucked! Okay? Oh my god, my head hurts. And no, it's not like Michael Dragon 900 all over again, because he does understand that there are some bad Sonic games, and that, well, yeah, oh my god, I'm losing my points right now. Bottom line is that you just lost every conceivable way that even made sense. You blew it way out of proportion and believed what you wanted, but you freaking overblew it, and I'm repeating myself. God damn it. You have lost it. You've lost the point. I give you no arguments. You lose.
And I am back. Seriously, Rougetsu, Supersonic407, that is the worst argument that I have ever heard in my entire life. You have no idea on how much rage I went through because of that one little comment that you said. Wave is right. You can still form an opinion on a game even before you've played it, which makes that argument of yours completely flawed. Fuck that. It makes your entire commentary completely flawed.
You lose!
No.
Wait a minute, Meta, was that your... It was, wasn't it? Until the next part.